Is your toenail falling off? And if it looks like this, you've got to be pretty worried. You've got to be asking yourself these questions. Is my toenail ever going to come back? What's going to happen if this thing falls off? Should I let it fall off or should I keep it on there? What made it fall off? For example, did you feel a lot of pain or did it just happen without pain? Let me just rule one thing out. I'm going to ignore the cause of nutritional deficiencies or extreme severe medical problems like congestive heart failure and you laying in a bed with 17 different illnesses. If you have that, you probably have bigger problems on your plate and you should go see your doctor. But I'm going to address all the common stuff for healthy people right here. So let's get going. Your toenail, most people, I'm going to address all the causes, especially at the end, so stick around. But the most common is jamming your toenail, dropping a bowling ball on it, or some kind of traumatic injury. Or, for example, you go on a long run, a long work day, and then maybe you wake up one day and your toenail's black. I see this a lot with like people going to Pilates, that kind of thing, and they have no idea why they have it. But you're probably getting it due to tight shoes, a lot of pressure on your toes, and I'm going to address how to prevent that in a second. But here's what you do right off the bat. If your toenail's loose, wait till the swelling goes down. Maybe before you clip it, ice it a little bit, elevate it, take some anti-inflammatory pills like your ibuprofen, get that swelling down, but then see how far back the nail's detached. I'm a big fan of clipping it back if you want to do so safely. Again, you should always contact first with your podiatrist just to make sure it's safe. But so you don't get it caught in a sock or something and rip it off, because I know that always happens to me if it's a little bit loose, and then you end up injuring it further. Then you put some antibiotic ointment on it, and then wrap it to put a little pressure. Here's my excessive over wrap, but just for exaggerated effect. At least put a band-aid on there. And keep taking your anti-inflammatories and icing, because that will give it the best chance to keep from falling off, and it'll give it a great chance to start healing as soon as possible. So do those 5 or 6 things that I just mentioned. And if you want the full guide, come to DetroitFootPain.com and it is outlined more in depth. So you want to prevent this from happening when your toe comes off, and you're probably asking yourself, what's going to happen? Is this going to happen to me? No. Here's what's probably going to happen to you. It's going to grow back, but you have to be aware it's going to take 1 millimeter per month of growth. So if your nail's back here, if the black spot's all the way here, and it's already loose under here, you're going to have to go 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, 4 month, 5 month, 6 month or so. So usually it can take up to 10 months or more to grow back a nail. But there's almost never any permanent damage. Ways to improve the growth are, number one, in the summer when you're more healthy, you're getting more sunlight, eating more, getting better blood flow, your nails grow 50% faster. So being healthy is the number one thing. Don't really fall for the gimmicks, the creams, the lotions, that kind of stuff. Even vitamin E or D, that stuff's not really proven. Just drink water, be healthy, get some blood flow going. And the most important thing is to decrease the inflammation. So early on, ice, take your anti-inflammatories, elevate, do that kind of thing for the first few days. And I'll teach you some methods, especially in joggers, people who walk too much, to consider. So this is called subungual hematoma, or you can get in jogger's toe if you run or get it at work. And here's things you have to address. You get putting a lot of pressure on your forefoot unevenly, so maybe things to consider: a little bit of weight loss, better shoes, over-the-counter inserts, stretching out your calves. Because what happens is some people, you're supposed to normally contact with your heel, your midfoot, and then your forefoot, but with tight calves, obesity, knee injuries, that kind of thing, people spend more time on their forefoot, and that puts a lot of pressure on your toes, and it can cause friction and shearing on your big toe and your nail and start making it look like this even without any pain. So it could be a good idea to look into these things. You probably better know what's going on than me with yourself. Most people, as soon as I mention this to them, already can get an idea. Oh, maybe I wear high heel shoes too long, and they know what's going on. But last thing, if your nail looks like this and it's thick, crumbly, and breaking off, you have toenail fungus, and it's a completely different issue. Your nail's falling off until you do something to take care of your fungus. So the bottom line, the fungus is a long story. You have to correct your biomechanics and possibly take medications or try at-home treatments to get rid of the fungus. If you want to know more about that, go to DetroitFootPain.com, the toenail section. There's no way you can miss it, and we have complete guides on how to take care of this ugly toenail fungus and prevent it from crumbling and falling off.
Do not try any of this at home alone without supervision. This is presented by Michigan Foot Doctors. If you think our information helped you, give us a thumbs up and come visit the site for even more.